Welcome back. Today we are in one of the most beautiful hiking places in the whole world. We are in northern Italy in the Dolomites.
We rented a car in Milan and drove up here and are going to be spending the next 3 days hiking through the Dolomites. Yesterday morning we started off with a sunrise in an alpine meadow, and then from there we went over to hike the Seceda Ridge. Unfortunately, we were here a little bit early, and so the lifts were not running up the entire way to the Seceda Ridge, so that is why we had to hike a large portion of it. And unfortunately, it ended up raining on us nearly the entire day. And now, luckily today we have much better weather. The sun has been peeking in and out behind the clouds. It is not raining, which is probably the biggest thing. And so today we are doing a 10-mile hike through the Cela Pass, and it looks absolutely beautiful.
The Cela Pass has mountains that are so steep and absolutely beautiful. There's also lots of trees, lots of meadows. It's the perfect path to just walk around and take in the Dolomites. We are definitely out of shape, but luckily there's so many different trails here that you can kind of find ones for your own pace and your own difficulty level. We have found that this is a very expensive area. Everywhere you have to pay for parking. We did get a budget hotel for 140 euros a night. It's definitely bare bones, but it does the trick, and it's in a great location, which is what really matters. So we slept in this morning. We were a little lazy after hiking yesterday, but there's not too many people out here on the trails yet. So we are just going to enjoy hiking with this beautiful view here behind me up here in the mountains. So honestly, we underdressed for this little hike because where our hotel is in the little town, the sun was shining, it was really warm. Then we drive 20 minutes up to this mountain and it's cloudy, it's cold, it's windy, and I'm wearing shorts.
I do have a coat in my backpack, but not wearing it. I feel like after yesterday, I was very like, nothing can be worse than yesterday. So of course I can do shorts and a t-shirt, and now today it's just kind of cold. So we need some good incline to like work up that heat.
The problem is, as soon as we hit elevation gains, I am sweating. I'm wishing I was wearing shorts, tank tops, all of that good stuff. Especially if the sun's out, I get overheated really easily. So yeah, the sun was shining, so I'm like, we are good, which was really dumb because I'm absolutely freezing. We think that we really hit early season here since there's like no one out here. Also, it's just like a Tuesday, but yeah, it's really quiet and, like we keep saying, so beautiful. But it's also muddy. So it is unfortunately pouring rain again. So we're gonna turn around because it looks like a bunch of clouds have pushed in for the afternoon, and we don't want to get caught out here in horrible weather like yesterday, since this is steeper with steeper cliffs and a lot of slippery rocks.
Much longer too. We only made it about 2 miles in and we still have about 8 miles to go. So definitely quicker just to head back and get back to the car at this point.
But it was super beautiful out here. We even saw a deer running across the field. So this is a gorgeous hike. Unfortunately, the weather's just not in our favor today. We are back in the car.
It's kind of crazy, like the rain that we're in seems to be just like all around the one hike we are wanting to do, hoping we can get into one of these valleys and find some sun.
Next, we're gonna go to a cute little town that has an iconic church and just another beautiful green alpine setting with some mountains around it. So we're hoping we can go find some sun over there and make the most of this afternoon out of the rain.
Even though we got like rained out from the entire hike we wanted to do, we still did get like 6 miles in. It was still super pretty out there. Still a good little hike, good little exercise this afternoon, but not exactly what we were hoping for.
So one thing that the Dolomites is known for is all of the beautiful little churches and chapels that are dotted along the alpine meadows. So we decided this afternoon to come to the most photographed one, which is San Giovanni in Val de Funes, which is where we drove to next. We unfortunately did not avoid the rain, but this is such a beautiful area, not only because of the adorable chapel, but also because of the rolling hills. We saw some cows, meadows, just the beautiful landscape here that is backed by mountains in all directions. So I highly recommend coming out to this quaint little area. You can also visit the San Giovanni Church for €4 per person, but it's also just a beautiful little stop along your way to check out. It's also not far from the first alpine meadow that we went to, so it'd be really nice to do these two things back to back. But yeah, since we had a rainy afternoon, it was the perfect thing to drive over here for, and just the drive itself is super pretty as well.
But we're gonna drive back into town now. We've been eating nothing but peanut butter and Nutella sandwiches for the last 2 days, so we've been dying for like a warm, delicious meal, and that's what we're gonna go do next.
And make a slight right turn.
So now we are back to the cute little ski town. The Smart Hotel is right here behind me. Like I said, inside it's very simple, but it does the trick. The sun is back out and we are just gonna walk across the street to a donor that we found. The Smart Hotel's restaurant was very expensive, but we love donors, kebabs, so we're walking to that, and this is just the prettiest ski town ever, honestly.
So I got a kebab plate. I honestly wasn't sure what I was ordering because it was all in Italian. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm not disappointed at all. I got a giant pile of meat, french fries, coleslaw, tomatoes. I even got some tahini sauce, so absolutely delicious supper.
Ever since we were in Turkey, Egypt, and Dubai, falafels have been my go-to. Oh, and Jerusalem, of course. We've had so many falafels, and it's our new favorite go-to when we're in other countries. We're a little bit pizzaed out at this point. We've had a lot of pizza and pasta by the time we've made it here to Northern Italy, so we're switching it up tonight. This restaurant called Turkish Donor was right across from our hotel, and I'm so happy right now. Out of 10. This is a good falafel. So we just got back to our hotel from dinner. It was absolutely delicious, but we are going to hit there early because we have to get up at 3:30 a.m. to go first to the most famous lake here in the Dolomites, then do a hike, and then drive to our 27th country. So tomorrow is going to be a very long day, so we are going to get our rest early.
I can't hit the road without some coffee. It's 4 a.m. I'm not driving an hour and a half without some coffee in my system. Let's see if I can figure out how to actually use this though.
So Plan B, the espresso maker, has no power to it. So I found this little water heater. I moved it to an outlet that is working, and we're just boiling some water here in the hotel lobby. Hopefully this is okay. Jordan ran to get our instant coffee and our portable coffee mugs so that we can have some coffee for the road because it is essential for us.
Instant coffee, but it will do.
It is way too early for this. What we do to get places first. Oh my gosh.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Going on a road trip today.
We have made it to Lago de Bray, which is so unreal. I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's also so freezing this morning. It's so cold out here. Jordan did a great job driving the curvy roads in the dark. How was it?
It wasn't too bad, just some windy roads. Honestly better than the last couple of days, so that was nice. It wasn't too bad of a morning.
There's a big old hotel built on the lake, so we're trying to figure out how we get down to it. So we have made it to the lake. It's so calm. The mountain is reflected in the lake this morning. We're just taking it all in. Wow, what a gorgeous stop here, am I right?
It was great. And now we're off to the next stop where we're gonna do some hiking, and it looks like the third time's the charm, and we're finally gonna get a hike without any rain.
All we want to do is hike here without getting rained on. Can we get one hike in?
One hike.
That is the question today.
We do have to drive about 40 minutes away, so we're really hoping that over there it looks just as nice as here.
Here we go.
Where at? Oh, okay. Thank you. Just got one expensive little ticket to get in here. 30 euros.
So we have made it up to our next hike. The parking was almost full, but we managed to get a spot. So this is the Seceda di Lavaredo. I think something like that. Anyway, we got so lucky because it is so beautiful and sunny out. There's a really popular circuit trail. There's actually lots of different trails up here. We're just doing a 2-mile trail actually to an epic overlook surrounded by some jagged mountain cliffs. So it's about 2 miles, and that's what we are currently hiking on right now. So you drive up to what is a refugio, so we just used the bathrooms there. They were €1 for each of us, and then we're hoping to grab some coffee once we hike back up.
I'm so happy that we finally have a sunny day. To be fair, yesterday started off very sunny and we were very excited about yesterday, and then after like an hour of walking we started to get rained on, so we're just hoping that doesn't happen again.
And that is where we are headed. So we made it up to the amazing overlook. The best part is it's a really short hike. It's only 2 miles round trip actually to get to the top. When there were a lot of people here, there was a line to get out, and everyone was like kindly taking turns for everyone to get their pictures. And then once the line dwindled down, we had a little more time to fly our drone and everything, which was really nice because flying drones is allowed here, and there's been so many drones, honestly.
Speaking of drones, it's only a 2-mile hike if you get out here and you have drone batteries. It's a 4-mile hike if you have to go all the way back to your car to grab a charger to charge up your batteries because both drone batteries are dead. Then it becomes a 4-mile hike, as we learned today.
True, this did happen. It was not our finest moment. It started to drizzle too, so we thought we were done for, but the sun came back out. I think that's one of our biggest takeaways is just how quickly the weather changes here.
Yeah.
It changes so fast. One minute it's raining, the clouds move so quickly around the mountains. One minute you can't see the mountain, the next minute you can. It's honestly pretty crazy. So right now we're just sitting and taking in our last view of the Dolomites because unfortunately our 3 days is up here. It went way too fast.
Yeah.
We barely scratched the surface of the hikes and the sights that there is to see and do. I already want to come back, and preferably in better weather.
Or skiing. Skiing would be fun.
Skiing would be beautiful. There's literally lifts everywhere here. Everything here is geared toward like ski lodge. We see signs everywhere that's like no ski boots allowed here, things like that. But I would love to come back in the winter time. It would be so beautiful. I can't even imagine. But we were so thankful for the time that we did have here despite the less than ideal weather. You just can't control some things. But our hiking is not even close to over. It's really just getting started, and we're trying to get back into shape because next we are going to Slovenia, where we will also be doing some hiking. So our road trip around Europe hiking continues. We hope you enjoyed this video of what 3 days in the Dolomites can look like in less than ideal weather. But these are still the most famous sights to see, whether it is rain or shine. These are kind of the highlights. Obviously there's so many more hikes, so many more beautiful overlooks, but we tried to hit the very main attractions since it is our first time here. So we really do appreciate all the support on our journey this year around the world, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.